Hey flower friends, I'm out here in the garden. It's February 13th and it's like 59 degrees out, or 52. It's pretty warm out. And indoors, in my house it's 71 degrees, so I think we have a few days where it's gonna be pretty warm. And I bought some Allium, at the nursery the other day. It was on clearance since it's too late to plant some things, but I had them chilling in my fridge. The only thing I'm worried about is that I have produce in my fridge and you're not supposed to have them close to fruit or vegetables, but I did put them in a drawer by themselves, so hopefully there's less damage that way. I'm gonna plant these in my landscape close to my daffodils, and we'll see if we get any alliums this spring. These ranunculus are shy, 3 days shy of 1 month old, and they've put on a lot of growth. Some of these are doing pretty good, like 3 inches. They're in these little pots. I'm not sure what size they are. But I've been bottom watering them, and they had their first feeding this last weekend. I used some Fox's natural organic feed. I'll post a link for that, but I just let them drink from here. And these other ones that I started, the second succession, they started to put on some root growth. So they're sprouting. They're on their way. Cover them back up. Okay. So I'm gonna do a bit of an experiment. I still have a lot of corms, ranunculus corms that I have to start. And I don't know, this winter's been really mild for me, but from what I've been seeing from other people's experiences is that ranunculus can handle the cold pretty well. Not frost, but I do have this frost cloth here and plastic on top. And the last time that I came out here to set this up, this isn't even like greenhouse plastic, not the 6 mil kind that you would use, but it stayed pretty warm. And then with the snow, I think that kept it warmer. So on average, it was about 10 degrees warmer in here than on the outside. It does get pretty cold here, northwest Chicago. But right now what I'm reading is 50 degrees, and in the garage it's about 55 degrees. So I'm thinking I'll just plant a couple of these out because it's going to be warm the next few days, and it won't be too cold at night, so I'll just close this back up. But I'm interested to see how cold tolerant they are. My soil is pretty dry. I haven't watered any of these plants because I couldn't with the clips. Now I can, so this is great. I'll water them in a little bit, and oh no, there's some weeds here. And see how they do to try and get an earlier crop. I do have a CSA that I'm starting, and I really should have had it set up since like December or November for like Black Friday, but I want to offer people ranunculus, like flowers that you'd probably see more like during weddings or I don't know, we'll see. I remember I wanted ranunculus and peonies for my wedding, but I got married in the middle of July, and by then they're gone. So I want to see if I could get some early ones, harden these off and see how they do. If it's a good call to put these ranunculus out. So I'll go ahead and put it here in the middle. This is where I grow all my my greens and lettuces. So these I had potted up, and when I potted them up, you can see the roots already coming out. When I potted them up, the top of the corm was like an inch or two under where I put the soil. So for these, I'm just gonna put them like where the top of the corm was. And for ranunculus, you want to space them, I believe, 6 inches apart. Going off of memory here. As you can see here, nice long roots. Oh, I'm so excited. Here, I'll shake this off so you can see. There's the corm in there. And beautiful growth. Feels so good to put my hands in the dirt because it's been such a great winter here. Okay, there's one. Hopefully here from the base. This came out pretty easy. This soil is still pretty moist, so I guess I won't have to be watering very often. And tuck them in for some root contact. That looks really good. Okay. So right now I just have 4 out here. I'll put a little marker here so I can remember. We'll see how they do. I nestled this one more in the soil. This is just where the corm, the top of it is. And these are planted just how they were in their pots. I don't know, I'm growing out of shelf space in my house, and these successions of ranunculus are giving me a little bit more space. So hopefully, I think I'm gonna put like 2 more out here and see how they do. If you haven't seen Garden Answer, oh man, she grew so many ranunculus in a really small space. So I'm hoping that's what happens here. I just want to see this bed full of it. It's so pretty. Okay. And from what I've read and researched, ranunculus does better under a hoop, like because they reach out for the light. You can get longer stems, and same with anemones and snapdragons. So I do have the space for some hoops that I'll be putting there. I just made the mistake of not getting a soil test in the fall. I really should have to know how to amend it. So I'm just gonna have to use some compost and maybe, actually I could run the test right now. It's so warm. I think I will do that then the next couple of days. It's good talking to you guys. I remember things that way. Whoever you are. You probably love flowers as much as I do. So now I can use these for my other succession and not have to buy a ton anymore. I kind of want to plant like a whole little row. So right now I just have 8 plants. They're the Ranunculus Aviv mix. They're started January 16th and today's February 13. So about a month of growth. Under grow lights, I've been doing like 10 to 12 hours in the garage, only at 2500 lumens, and they've been pretty good. The ranunculus that I have starting right now, they really should be in the dark to pre-sprout, but they've done fine under the grow lights, as long as they're covered up. Okay, so I'm just gonna lightly water them in. This soil is pretty moist though, like, okay, so let's go. The good thing about raised beds is that you can have good drainage. Like, it's just gravity's gonna pull it down, whereas if it was in the ground, it could just sit there based on your soil type. We do have a lot of clay here, so that was one of the reasons why I built these beds. So these are almost kind of like tulips. I was reading the instructions and it said pointy side down. but the root side is like the really pointy side. But you can tell that these are roots, so that's how we're gonna put them in. Okay, so cover those up. Water it in. This is just like tulips. I'm also out here today to make some modifications to my low tunnel. So you can check out my other video of how I set it up. But I'm using these clips. They're from Johnny's. They're PVC clips on my EMT hoops. And they've had a lot of wind. They've handled it really well, and they've handled snow well. The only thing is when I transplant my ranunculus out here, I'm going to be doing a lot of rolling this up with the frost cloth. And this setup does not let me do that. These clips are on really tight. So to remedy that, I bought some clamps at Home Depot. I got 2-inch ones, and I got, oh, what size? I think these are just 1-inch ones, but they're wide enough to, oh no, they're wide enough for my, for the hoops, and the 2-inch would go on my, I have two by 8s, so the 2-inch one will do good on these beds. Well, that's it for today, but thanks for joining me, and I'm really excited to keep you updated on the ranunculus. But enjoy the warm weather.